bad and he's out cold badly. Ref, he's dead, you fucking idiot. Ref, stop the fucking fight, ref, he's fucking out cold. Fuck you.
You know, if this was anybody other than Rampage Jackson's son, I don't think there'd be any empathy here at all. But we all love Rampage, and he's the man, you know, and the fact that he's his son, we're all sitting here like, bro, what the fuck, you know, and what do we think about this? You know, if it was just anybody else in the world, it'd be like, bro, throw that motherfucker, you know, in the cage and throw the key away, man. And that's probably what's going to happen to him. Like,
when I heard about this, I went, all right, how can I defend Raja? I look at all the videos. I watched the full live stream and all that. I got nothing.
Oh,
I can't, you can't defend this. I see this. It's so sad. He was just getting started and that all goes away.
Hey man, dog gotta go to prison. I usually don't like to involve myself in other men's situations, but I feel I'm qualified to speak on this. And dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage. But Rampage, turn your son in. He got to go lay down for a little bit. Like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him.
Roger Jackson, the 25-year-old son of Rampage Jackson, has recently been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. During a Knox Pro wrestling show, he launched a vicious assault on fellow wrestler Stuart Smith. Witnesses described the attack as dangerously close to an attempted murder. Jackson drove Smith to the mat and followed up with a barrage of over 20 strikes, leaving him unconscious and in need of urgent medical care. Eventually, Roger Jackson and his father, Rampage Jackson, broke their silence in a live stream. Roger shifted responsibility toward the cameraman, claiming the altercation intensified because the recording wasn't stopped and the broadcast kept rolling.
It wasn't my fucking fault.
Well,
The goddamn cameraman's fault. I know he's watching this shit. If you watching this shit, nigga, how could you? How fucking could you? That's what I expected, though. It's all good. We gonna figure this.
Rampage Jackson spoke out about controversy surrounding his son, Raja, and wrestler Psycho Stu, revealing that he has been targeted with death threats. According to him, much of the backlash has come from individuals using racist attacks, accusing him of being a poor parent and even suggesting he orchestrated the incident. Rampage pushed back against these claims, saying the criticism is unjust and that people constantly twist his words.
How you doing, Mr. Jackson? Anything to say about, and you know, first of all, really sorry. We're really sorry about the whole situation.
You know that. I wish I could.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if there was any updates.
All I'm saying is a lot of racist people give you death threats and stuff like that. Like, I'm a puppet master. Calling me a bad father. It's uncalled for.
That's uncalled for. None of this is your fault. You made your explanation.
Anything I say gets twisted anyway. So.
Yeah.
Just go let the turkey on.
No, I hear. Hey, prayers are with you and your family, man. Seriously. No, seriously.
Many MMA professionals were left stunned by Roger Jackson's reckless behavior, calling it both unnecessary and disgraceful. Several of them believe the young fighter needs time behind bars to truly understand the consequences of his actions. One well-known MMA analyst even labeled Roger Jackson as an animal, insisting that jail is where he belongs. He condemned the attack, describing it as a savage flurry of unanswered strikes on a defenseless opponent, comparing it to an attempt on the man's life. The analyst applauded a bystander with pink hair who stepped in to break up the assault, while pointing out that everyone else failed to act. In his view, Raja has no place in civilized society and should be removed from it.
Awesome Raja doing a classic 13%. I mean, I'm sick of seeing it, raining down shots and unanswered. Dead people, like he's unconscious on the ground, you just slammed him on his head. And now you're throwing 12 unanswered punches over and over again until you're trying to kill him. And the ref and all those in the ring that didn't stomp his out when he was doing that. Bro, Raja should have got out cold in that ring. No one was doing anything about it but that pink hair guy. Shout out to the pink hair guy for jumping in the ring and trying to stop him, please. Brother, dumb animal, put him in a cage. Straight up. Not a human. Not allowed in society. Control yourself, dumb bit. Bring that sparring partner back. Tornado kick him again. Dumb animal.
Veteran fighter Matt Brown also weighed in on the controversy, criticizing Roger Jackson's assault on a defenseless wrestler. Brown argued that if Roger wasn't the son of Rampage Jackson, there would be zero sympathy for him. He explained that Rampage's reputation has caused mixed reactions, but in reality, anyone else would already be facing calls for a long prison sentence. Pointing to the clear video evidence, Brown stressed that there's little left to investigate, and the real question is just how serious the charges will be. He added that since Roger continued attacking an already unconscious opponent, charges as severe as attempted murder could be considered.
If this was anybody other than Rampage Jackson's son, I don't think there'd be any empathy here at all, but we all love Rampage and he's the man, and the fact that he's his son, we're all sitting here like, bro, what the fuck, and what do we think about this? If it was just anybody else in the world, it'd be like, bro, throw that motherfucker, in the cage and throw the key away, man. And that's probably what's going to happen to him. We say they're investigating, there's not a lot to investigate. There's a video that shows it pretty goddamn clear, what do we need to investigate here? So, what's he going to get? I don't know what attempted murder is, but I mean, he was fucking knocked out and punching the shit out of him. I don't know how far they go in there or what the details are to get that charge.
Matt Brown continued his harsh criticism, saying the assault clearly amounts to aggravated assault and battery, a felony with no way around it. He called Roger Jackson's behavior a cowardly move, stressing that if Roger truly wanted to fight, he should have faced his opponent fairly rather than blindsiding him. Brown pointed out that the wrestler was preparing for a staged takedown when Roger violently slammed him on his head. He added that the victim was fortunate to escape with just a hospital stay, considering how dangerous the attack could have been.
Assault's for sure, battery, this is a felony for sure, right? I mean, there's I don't think there's any way out of that. So, kind of just is what it is for him now. But what a shitty move, man. You want to fight the guy, fight the guy. Dude was we watched the video right before the podcast here. The dude was preparing for a wrestling style a pro wrestling style takedown, and motherfucker slammed him on his head. Dude's lucky that they said he's hospitalized, but man, he's lucky that that's all that happened.
Although Matt Brown expressed his respect and admiration for Rampage Jackson, he was clear that Roger still deserves to face consequences for his actions. Brown emphasized that the top priority should be the victim's recovery, especially since the man is a veteran who may already battle PTSD. He said the community should focus on sending positive thoughts and hoping for a full recovery. At the same time, Brown insisted that accountability is necessary and that Roger Jackson must answer for what he did.
The guy's all right, man. That's about all you can say at the end of the day, right? Hopefully the guy just heals up and with some PTSD or being a veteran and everything, man, just hope that the guy turns out okay, man. Send him some positive energy and hope for the best. That's about the most you can say about it. Other than that, again, loving Rampage, but, hopefully justice is done and his son gets what he deserves.
Sean Strickland, however, took a very different stance. He argued that Rampage Jackson's son shouldn't be sent to prison, but instead placed into a rehabilitation program. In Strickland's view, prison should always be the last resort. He reflected on his own past, recalling how he was arrested at just 19 years old and faced the possibility of spending up to 6 years behind bars. Strickland admitted that if the DA had succeeded, he would have left prison worse off, mauled by gangs and violence, and likely gone down a path that could have led to murder. He explained that during that time, he even admired another inmate who had a murder charge, believing that would eventually be his own future. What saved him, according to Strickland, was alternative sentencing, a mix of work release, anger management, victim restitution, and a grueling legal process. He credited that chance with turning his life around, saying prison often destroys young offenders, while structured rehabilitation can give them a second chance. As he put it, it's not about who they are in prison, it's about who they become when they get out. Rehabilitation gives people that chance. But Matt Brown strongly disagreed. Brown insisted that Roger Jackson deserves punishment for what he did. He explained that this wasn't a fair fight where both men were defending themselves. It was a brutal attack on someone who was already unconscious and unable to protect himself. In Brown's view, only Rampage himself could be expected to ask for leniency because it was his son, but for everyone else, there's no reason to show sympathy towards such actions.
That's coming from me, like, that's tap. Like, he's just, that is literally attempted murder. He's knocked out, you keep punching him, you keep punching him. I don't rate that. Hey, Raja, why don't you get in the ring with me, bro? Why don't you get in the ring with me, bro? Fight someone who can fight back. Rather than beating someone up who's already on the floor. He should have stopped when the guy was knocked out, but he definitely should have battered the guy. Like, the guy took the piss. But like, I wouldn't have waited till the ring. I would have just done it there and then, like, straight away. It would have been a fight there and then. Raja does MMA. Mate, Raja does MMA, brother. He's nothing like his dad, though. Like, his dad was actually good at fighting. He's not good at fighting. I've seen a few clips. He got banged in his head by Got banged in his head by a kid in sparring. You could have seen that spinning left kick from a mile away. I would have gone, do you know what I would have done? Underneath, look, hands here to protect the chin. As that left kick come in, I would have gone underneath, right hook, left body, left hook. Finished.
And that's where we'll wrap things up for today's video. What do you think? Should Roger Jackson have been thrown in jail right away? Or is there another path forward? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss more updates and breakdowns from a world of combat sports.